the lungs. Now, in the lungs, let us use this model first. You still see the larynx, hyoid bone, thyrohyoid ligament, thyroid cartilage, okay? If the label is at the top, right here, like this, that is called what? The apex. If the label is down here, like that, that is called the base. But that is in this model only because here, this is the base of the lung, but in this other model right here, the base, this is the base of the lung in this model, but in this model right here, this is going to be the diaphragm. The diaphragm, okay? That is the diaphragm because the lung base is not shown. The lung base, even if the label is very much at the edge, like this, that is still the diaphragm. If it is the base that is needed to be labeled here, the label is going to be just a teeny, weeny, little bit up here. Okay? That is the base. Okay? But in this model, it is going to be directly here. Okay? Now, the apex of the lung here is still the same. That is still the apex. Okay? Now, even when I'm holding this like that, right now you can see right away that is, this is the right lung, this is the left lung. The characteristics of the right lung is that it has two deep grooves that make what we call the horizontal fissure right here and the oblique fissure right here. Okay? This is the horizontal fissure, this is the oblique fissure, and these two fissures divide the right lung into inferior lobe, middle lobe, superior lobe. In the left lung, you don't see the horizontal one. All you see is the oblique fissure right here, and that one divides the left lung into two lobes only, inferior and superior lobe. But in the left lung, you see this very characteristic depression right here that is going to be labeled very much like that for you, and that one is called what? Cardiac notch, because this is the depression in the left lung that the heart makes right there, cardiac notch. So, even if you happen to see these two lungs right out here by themselves, even without holding them in the right position like that, if you just find this by itself, you should be able to identify this as the right lung. Why? You can see this oblique fissure, this horizontal fissure, inferior, middle, and superior lobe. Okay? Thank you. If you see this, you should identify it as the left lung because only one fissure right here, and this is the cardiac notch. This is the cardiac notch. And this cardiac notch can easily be also labeled for you in this spot like that. Cardiac notch. Okay? Now, the same thing is true for these two little ones right here. Right lung, left lung, the two fissures, okay? One fissure, cardiac notch right here. You don't need this explained more than once. Now, here is a very neat thing, okay? Right in this spot, in both lungs. This is the area where the bronchi and the blood vessels enter the lung. We covered that in lecture. What did we say it is called? Say what? Loud. Come on, guys, this was only 2 days ago. You're telling me that your brains are getting this all that fast?
We were studying for the test,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, all right. This is called hilum. The hilum, right here. So this is one area, it is written on it right here. Okay? Now, this is one area where it could be labeled, but here is another area where it could be labeled. First, which lung is this? Right or left?
Which one? This one is a right.
Right, okay? You see the fissures, right? Right here. Now, this is the hilum right here. This is another place the hilum could be labeled, right in this spot. So that is the area where the bronchi and the blood vessels go into the lung.
Is that a label or is that a different color than the rest of the lung?
This
that
is-
like
Look at it. It is a structure.
it's a structure.
Yeah, it is a structure. This is the bronchi, these are the blood vessels.
Okay. It's a
Okay?
structure.
This is the area. And this area, if it is labeled like that, the question is going to be identify the area labeled with the red tape. That is the hilum or hilus. Okay? Now, let us put this back where they belong. And we said that. Okay. Oops. We said that no matter which lobe you take, superior, middle, or inferior lobe. Oh, before we go, this one. This is a very tricky question. It always comes up because this lab coming up cover both the respiration and the digestion system. Anyone can tell me what this little sucker here is? Nope, the aorta is this one. Abdominal aorta is this one.
Left gastric thing?
This one?
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't tell us, wait.
Small
Yeah, I'm waiting. But I don't have all night. It's right here.
The gonads thing?
That is a very good thought.
The vena
That is the only question in your exam that nobody missed. The testicular artery and vein. Nobody missed them. This is a tube that comes behind the trachea and comes down right here and goes into the stomach. This is the esophagus, right there. That is the esophagus. And it is going to be labeled the smack right here, and it is guaranteed that everybody is going to miss it. That is the esophagus. That is the esophagus. Okay. Now, we said that every single lobe of the lung is made of what? Lobules. Very good. This is a lobule. This is a lobule. And for the lobule, to start right here, this is called a bronchiole. Each bronchiole give you terminal bronchioles, right here, terminal bronchiole. Each terminal bronchioles give you several respiratory bronchioles. That is this right here. Each respiratory bronchiole supply a lobule. So this whole thing here is one lobule. Each lobule is made of alveolar sacs. Okay? Alveolar sacs. If you follow this pen, this is an alveolar sac. This is an alveolar sac. This is an alveolar sac. This is an alveolar sac, alveolar sac, alveolar sac. The alveolar sac is going to be labeled just like this, all along. Identify the structure labeled with the O-ring tape. Each alveolar sac is made of single alveoli. Those single alveoli are those little grape-like structures. This one right here, this one right here. Any one of those is an alveolus. Alveolus. Okay? Now this alveolar sac right here has been cut open. So these little ones here are also, each one of them is an alveolus. Okay? Now, right here, this is an alveolar duct. And you will find it labeled by an arrow pointing like that into it. That is an alveolar duct right there. Okay? Now, these red lines right here, okay? These are lung capillaries. Lung capillaries. These gray lines right here, these are elastic fibers. Elastic fibers right there. Thank you. These are elastic fibers. Okay? Lung capillaries, red lines, gray lines are the elastic fibers. Right here, what you got, these blood vessels. Remember which one is this? Pulmonary vein. Very good. Very good. That is the trick. The pulmonary vein, this is the pulmonary artery right there. And you got it. Okay? And that is it for this model. And actually, that is